about a couple of hours before you go to bed, just for your food to digest, so you're not going to bed on a full stomach, and then you're waking up in the morning and you're still getting that time to digest. So that's the bare minimum. If you're going to bed at 10, you're getting up at 4 in the morning having a V or an energy drink, highly recommend doing this at least. It's going to be a massive game changer. No matter where you are, there's no judgment. No matter what you do with your diet, there's no judgment. But that little step increase is going to drastically improve your life. So definitely take advantage of that. Just make sure no one's in that chat there. So the other one is the 16-8 fast, which is the one I do every single day. So it's fasting 16 hours a day and eating in an 8-hour window, which basically means fasting sounds dangerous. Yeah, I don't recommend having energy drinks at all. If energy drinks is something that you do, there's no judgment or anything like that, but it's that massive amount of glucose and sugar and the other chemicals, the acids that are in them cans are freaking killing you. They're going to make you depressed. They're going to make you slow. You're going to have massive withdrawals. Your brain's going to be addicted to sugar. So I highly recommend just not touching them. I used to drink them all the freaking time. So I'm not saying, judging you or you can't do it, because I've been there and done that. I used to have them before I went to the gym, and used to have them when I was a chippy. It's just some things we do. We get caught up in the loop, but I highly recommend just cutting them out of your life. They're just absolute waste of money and waste of your vitality. So the 16-hour fast, you fast 16 hours a day, you eat 8-hour window. So I do from like between 7 and 8 p.m. and then I go again till 11, 12 the next day. So my fasting window can change between 14 and 16 hours. I'm not 100% strict on it to the point like, 16 hours on the minute, because it's not about trying to create a prison and a jail cell for yourself. Your life has got to be flexible. Things change, family change, all these things come up. So give yourself a break. And if for some reason you're doing a 16, 8-hour fast every day and something comes up and you don't do the full 16 hours, don't get up yourself. Don't judge yourself. The worst thing you could possibly do is judge yourself or beat yourself up about not, getting to the 16 hours, more so than actually doing the fast itself. Because the way you treat yourself is like way more incredibly impactful than the actual fast. Like if you're beating yourself up, you're in your mind telling yourself you're no good because you didn't meet it, you've ruined the whole purpose of this, is to increase your ability to feel good about yourself. So just let yourself off the hook and start again the next day, and then you won't fall off the bandwagon. So if anyone's doing the 12-12 or 16, drop it in the chat. Let me know. I want to see how many legends are actually getting into it. I reckon a few would be. The 24-hour fast, so that's just the same thing. You just don't eat for 24-hour period. So what I'm doing with the 24-hour fast is I just do it every like once a week or once every couple of weeks. Just don't eat on a Monday, because Mondays suck anyway, so might as well just not eat and make it worse. Not really. But the 24-hour fast is super, super good. We'll go into the benefits of why that is so good. Then you got your 48-hour fast, which is a 2-day fast. I'll do that once a month. And then 72-hour fast is a 3-day fast, which you'll be fine to do it. It is pretty intense. The first 24 hours will probably be a bit of a jump, because you're trying to get rid of all the glucose out of your body, and might get some headaches from the lack of sugar and stuff like that. But eventually, after the first day, the next 2 days, you'll increasingly get more energy as you burn ketones, which is burning fat for energy. And you'll just have as much energy and alertness as you normally do. You will feel like you haven't eaten, but that's pretty much the only thing I find. And then anything above a 4-day fast is pretty good. I'm looking at now to try to increase my ability to do 2 7-day fasts a year, due to the fact that you can remove any worms or parasites in your guts after a 7-day period. There's obviously cleansing techniques you can remove these parasites, which are a lot of meats we eat now and a lot of the stuff we eat and digest. And these parasites have the ability to stay in your guts and grow and affect your mood and affect your thinking and affect your actions, just due to them being in your body. So the 7-day fast is something that has been done for a long time in history. Some people fasted up to 40 days, which in my head is freaking crazy. But the 7-day fast is something I'll be looking into. If you're done the 7-day fast, let me know. Me, Sean, and a few other people are going to be running some fasting workshops. So I'd like to see how you've been going with it and what you've been doing. So the biggest quote I want you to take away, it's not about when we will eat, but when we will fast. Put more attention into the time that you're not going to eat than in the time that you are going to eat, and you're going to be all right. So I'm just going to stop share this for 1 second. So how's everyone going? Is everyone sick of me talking? Does everyone want a quick break? Does everyone want to just jump around a bit? Put your hands up in the air, move around, get a bit of action. If you're feeling a bit tired because you got on the beers last night for Australia Day, that's okay. Just shake it up a bit. If you move, like jump up and down for 5 seconds, the amount of energy and the amount of your ability to increase your mood very in very quick period of time is so good. So don't ever be afraid when you get a bit stuck or there's too much information going on to move. Do some breath work, jump up and down, scream at the wall, whatever you like having to do. Good to see you, Dale. Just checking out some people in the top here. Good to see you, Ryan, Sean, Aaron, Adrian Panozzo. Looks like he's got his shirt off, showing all the girls his abs. Good to see. What a king. All right, no worries. So does anyone have any questions before we go any further? Anyone you want to, explain anything more that hasn't made sense? I just want to see how everyone is going. And I can unmute you and we can have a chat. Dale's pointing down at something. I don't know what I'm looking at. Do you want to? I'll unmute you. You can tell me what you're pointing at. Just have to unmute yourself.
Some people have got some questions in the chat, mate.
Oh, yep. Good. Thanks for picking that up, brother. Do you have to hold back on cardio exercising during fast and prevent being lightheaded? I muted myself. So does no one hear anything I just said then? Oh, good. Can you hear me now? Yeah, so basically you can fast and exercise, no problem at all. You can fast and exercise right up until, day 7 if you're doing a massive fast. I exercise every morning fasted. And when you get to the ability of you run out of glucose, you're going to start burning ketones for energy, and that's going to give you the energy to work out. It is, let me be honest with you, it's uncomfortable. You are weaker, I think, in the ability to the amount of weight you can lift, but you can do it, no worries at all. So yeah. What other questions we got here? Is that answer your question, Erica? Or I'll unmute you too if you want to ask anything else.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, I just want to know how you go exercising when you're fasting.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to get used to, and something like it's a bit uncomfortable. But that's what I mean. Keep talking about the discipline side of things. Like when I go to the gym fasted and I do bench or something, I lift less weight than I can do when I'm eating. That's pretty much, and it's a little bit more uncomfortable. But other than that, energy-wise and your ability to perform is not really changed. It's just a little bit uncomfortable, especially when you get to day 3 of a 72-hour fast and you go do an intense workout. You'll be like, shit. The biggest thing to remember though to stop the lightheadedness is electrolytes. So have the lemon and the Himalayan salt. Don't have table salt or any of that shit. Just Himalayan or Celtic salt in a bit of water, or even hot water. You can have it as a tea, and that'll give you enough electrolytes. The one other thing is that when you're fasting, drink more water than what you would when you're not fasting. All right. Yeah, I muted myself before. It was bloody silly, wasn't it? All right. Well, let's get back into the slides. We'll continue on if no one else has got any more questions. How's everyone going in the Facebook? I haven't been able to monitor that as well. I think we're dropping off in there. Everyone's getting to, John's in there. Large pinch of Celtic salt in every bottle of water, 200 milligrams of magnesium every day. So John's got a good one. Yeah, so put a pinch of Celtic salt, which is probably better than Himalayan salt, actually. but which whatever you can get. So if you put that in your bottle of water, you're going to increase some electrolytes in that. And then he says you can put 200 milligrams of magnesium, which magnesium is one of the things that most people are deficient in. Magnesium and zinc, and obviously vitamin D and stuff like that. So if you can increase your magnesium too. Magnesium is not going to exit your fast or break your fast. So it's something that I'll just share this screen again. Where would you say like to do a 3-day fast every month? So Aaron just asked whether I like doing a 3-day fast every month. I do a 72-hour fast 4 times a year, so maybe every quarter. You can do it every month. It's not bad for you. I highly recommend for men to do 4 times a year, and at least women to do at least 2. With women, it's a
be careful.
Sorry. Oh, I'll just mute. Oh, mate. Ryan, he's having a good time. But yeah, with women, it's a little bit different. Obviously, you got to take into account your menstrual cycle and progesterone, I think it's called. So you just got to time it right. And women don't need to do it as many times as men. Men are designed back in the day to go and leave the tribe and not eat for multiple days to get food. So it's kind of like we can just fast as much as we want, but with women, they've got to be a little bit more intelligent about it, which women seem to be more intelligent and more diligent about things anyway. So it's up their alley. But I'll go into that. Soon. I'll give you some good recommendations of who to follow for the female to really understand when you should fast around your cycle, because obviously it can wreck your hormones. And the idea of fasting is to improve your health and vitality, not to make yourself, dysregulated and cause issues. So it's just something to be mindful of. Men, we don't have to worry about that. We just fast as much as we want. I'm just going to go back. So yeah, what happens to your body during fasting? So this is something really cool to understand. When you're fasting, say 48 hours, your blood sugars fall. So you're not getting them insulin spike, which is not good to have constant insulin going nuts to regulate your sugar levels. So that falls. All food has left your stomach and is no longer produced. Insulin is no longer produced. So in the 48 hours, you're not using all that energy to digest food. Your blood's not all in your guts, which is a good thing. Then the 12 hours, food consumed has been burned, digestive system goes to sleep, which is a good thing because now you're using the energy for yourself and not using your digestive system, which can make you feel real sluggish. Body begins healing process. HGH, human growth hormone, begins to increase. So just by fasting, it starts at 12 hours a day, you can increase your growth hormone, which some people take, artificially to grow more muscle or to get better at the gym, but you can do it naturally, which is a lot better for yourself just by fasting. Huge thing if you want to build muscle and look lean and look good at the beach or whatever and feel healthy. It's a huge thing, and it's going to allow you to live a lot longer. The more muscle you have on your body, the better, especially when you start to get older. If you start to lose more and more muscle the older you get, and then the more body fat percentage you have, and the weak you are, the more prone you are to, breaking bones and injuries and stuff like that. So you want to have as much muscle on you as you can. So it's a really good thing. Just fasting increases that. Glycogen is released to balance blood sugars. 16 hours a day, body's ramping up fat burning. So obviously if you fast 16 hours a day, 16/8 every day, you're burning fat, and you can get back your six-pack. You can start to look good, feel good. So why not? And all we got to do is not eat. I like things when I have to do less to get more impact, and all I have to do is not put shit in my face, and I can get fat burning, which for most things, unless it's like, for me, like doing extreme sports like riding bikes or playing golf or doing fun things, it's not hugely enjoyable. But fasting, you just keep yourself occupied by doing something else, and you can start burning fat. 18 hours, so the growth hormone starts to skyrocket. I have read a lot of studies that your testosterone and your human growth hormone will increase up to 300% or up to 1,000, even up to like higher end of that scale. So with a lot of men, testosterone is declining in men just due to our diet and how we live life now. So to increase that, you can just fast, up to the 24-hour period. So Autophagy begins, drains or glycogen stores, ketones are released in the bloodstream. Ketones is what I was saying before, is your